Ox and Hare presents Right Protect.
People disappear every day. It's sad, but true. And it's not always nefarious purposes. I'm not talking about bad people doing bad things. I'm saying that sometimes a person looks around at their situation and thinks, nope. So they get out. Maybe they just pick up, dump all their IDs in the river, drive until their gas tank's empty, and when they stop, they're a whole new person. Or perhaps they plan their exit, working, scheming, setting up a new life, building themselves that butterfly body one step at a time. It's rare, but it happens. But that's a person. What about people? A family could do it, harder, but possible. What about a neighborhood, though? What about a whole town? A man wrote a song about a town he found himself visiting, but when he went back, it was gone, like it had never been there before. Lies, dreams, hallucinations, all of the above? We're going to talk about that today. I'm Nora X, and this is Right Protect. Before we get started, a small update to my legal situation. My lawyer friend did some digging on that strange cease and desist letter I got. Yeah, the one that stops me from playing any of the music in Lady D's tapes. I wanted to find out if it was legit or just a really strange prank. And, of course, it turns out it's real. The law firm is a real place with real lawyers and real confidentiality clauses. They're big time. That gives me one answer and many questions. Why would some powerful, and at this point anonymous organization, take the time to rattle their saber at me, but not tell me who they are or why they care? I hate to break it to them, but I'm not making money here. Have you heard me mention Casper Mattresses or Audible.com or MailChimp? No, because I am way too small fry for them. But not for these legal guys. So it's something in the content that they don't like. Maybe I haven't found the thing that they want to suppress yet. Or maybe I've been binging on too much X-Files and I'm getting paranoid. Okay, let's get back to the subject of the day. I say ghost towns, and it's likely your mind conjures up images of vacant old west streets, saloons with broken front windows and dry, cracked hitching posts out front. And that's true, but it's not 100% accurate because ghost towns are real and they're being made even today. You can look out at Pennsylvania and the coal fires. Sometimes deep down in a coal mine, a vein of coal will catch on fire and just burn, sending all kinds of nasty fumes up to the surface and destabilizing the ground underneath. Whole families are forced to up and move out of their homes for fear of the ground swallowing them up. This isn't even fiction. It's happening right now. Only the ground doesn't do what you expect. So these houses, whole streets of homes, can sit empty, dormant for years, decades even, as powerful forces are churning right under the surface, waiting to make their move. But here, we on top, don't know any of that. We just see empty windows, abandoned swing sets, ghost towns. I'm a ball of sunshine today, aren't I? On the one hand, yeah, I am a little freaked out about powerful forces allying against little old me, but I'm also trying to invoke a mood, since I can't play you the song. I've given off the impression that New Wave is all love songs, guitars, and synths, but that's not it. While you have Bananarama or Devo, you also have the Dream Academy and Spandau Ballet. Still higher tempo than a depressing dirge, but then so are the blues. It's another aspect of the era, dealing with serious issues, but in an up-tempo, catchy manner. Listen to Shout by Tears for Fears, which is partially about going to therapy to deal with emotional issues. This band's name is Plaster Posters. Not the Plaster Posters, just Plaster Posters. The lead singer and sole songwriter was Xavier Lamel, and he came from the city of New Orleans in the great state of Louisiana. His dad played the blues and Irish pub ballads. Whew, what a laugh riot that guy must have been. But Xavier took to music and heard a steady stream of failure, depression, and drinking music. And then the British invasion happened. Xavier and others like him took these musical lessons and combined them, using the pop sensibilities of one side and the serious emotional weight of the other side, and chose to make high-energy music that meant something to them, and hopefully to others. Out of this fusion, came the song Ramshackle Shack. I really, really wish I could play it for you, but I can't. It's a really good song, upbeat but still emotional. He performed it at a sound check, and Lady D recorded it. I can only imagine what it was like in the room, because even this terrible recording of it it's just really affecting. They had a long conversation, but I'm just going to play the part where they discuss Ramshackle Shack. Here it is.
Fantastic.
Well, I'm Lady D, which normally I record all these interviews, so I hope that's okay. And I feel the need to introduce myself because I'm sick, and you still took the time to meet with me, so I appreciate that. I am sitting here with, is it Javier or Xavier? I've heard it pronounced both ways.
I'm not Mexican, so Xavier or Xavier is good.
Okay.
The name is Creole. The name is Creole, so Xavier Lemire is some say it Lemiere, some say it Lamoulé. It's all about you and how you want to say it.
What, spoken like a true artist. It's all in the interpretation.
Exactly.
Well, I had some questions for you. You were involved with a band that I really enjoyed a lot called Plaster Posters. And yes, am I bringing back some memories?
Bring lots of drunken nights.
Good ones, I hope.
Good and not so good. Exciting. When you're young, you do things, and the body loses some of the plasticity as we age. Yes.
Yes. Now you guys there was a song in particular that I always have really enjoyed called Ramshackle Home. Or was it Ramshackle Shack? Sorry about that. So in that song, you tell a story about when you went back home and the town wasn't there anymore. And a couple people that I've talked to that seem to be reliable sources tell me that when you went back to the town, that it wasn't really metaphorically gone, that it was more of a literal disappearance. So I guess my question is within that statement. Is there anything that you can tell me about those versions?
I'll say this. It's literal and metaphorical. You know what I mean?
No, go on.
As an artist, it's my job to paint a picture and tell a story. Someone once said that artists tell lies to tell the truth. And Martinsville, Louisiana, definitely a real life place. But if you go there now, while there are still buildings and old chemical plants, it's not there anymore. It's what you would call a ghost town, you know?
Yeah, I know from driving through Arizona a few times. I've definitely seen a lot of ghost towns in that neck of the woods. I didn't know Louisiana really had that.
Oh, yes. Martinsville was founded in 1870s, I believe, and it was a slave town. started by 3 slaves, and to go back and
see nothing.
See nothing. No people. No the. You remember the old ice cream shop that you got your ice cream from when you were a child. You remember that. You remember the playground you played in. Well, the playground I played in is now a wet marsh.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I imagine that would be haunting in more than one way.
Severe disrepair is, I think, would be the best term for it. So, ramshackle.
I like that. Have you been back there since, or did you just go back the one time?
I'm actually in the process of trying to buy that land. Government contracts and what have you. But there's 2 things they're not making any more of, and land is one of them. And so, for my peace of mind, I feel that it's important that I have it. I want it for my father's sake and for my grandfather's sake. I think that
I could see that, and I mean, maybe I'm overstepping bounds and kind of daydreaming about what you could do with that land if you do get it, and I hope you do, but maybe that would be a really great place to pick up where Plaster Posters left off, and maybe this is where Xavier makes his own artistic stamp. I can't think of a better place to make new music. Do you have any new projects in the works?
I am currently working on a new album. I am working on some new pieces. It's a covers album, and there's some original pieces on it. Muddy Wings is what I'll be calling it. The idea is to take a lot of these songs and put them over some down-home New Orleans music, some down-home New Orleans jazz, and see what comes of it. And what we've been doing, I think, is some really magical things.
That's amazing. Well, I'm really happy that you took the time to talk with me about that today, and I can't wait to hear all of this new music that you're putting out. It sounds dirty and fun and, everything you expect to come out of Louisiana. And thank you for the tea. Thank you for the tea so I can keep being Lady D.
You're very welcome, now.
All right, well, you have a great evening. I'm just going to go ahead and end this here because I know that you mentioned earlier that you had some more appointments today, and I should probably go hit the hay myself.
Well, you get yourself some sleep, and I tell you what, come on back by if you're still available later. Come on by, and I'll make you some crawfish. Some crawfish etouffee like my mama used to make, and we can talk some more.
I would love that, and I think if nothing can clear up my sick head, it's probably going to be that. So I will definitely take you up on that.
Right now. All right then.
The concept of disappearing cities is nothing new. Shangri-La, El Dorado, even Brigadoon. The logical portion of my brain says he made it up. Too many drugs and too much imagination. Or he got lost on his way back, took the right fork instead of the left, and ended up in Shelbyville, not Springfield. Or this or that. Could a whole town have been removed? Every resident relocated? And isn't that what's happening here with the Chronicles of Lady D? None of these people, including Xavier, are supposed to have ever existed. A massive swath of artists just gone. I am starting to ignore the voice of reason. I've heard too much that makes me wonder, but as I start digging into these recordings, I keep finding the strange. This isn't Lady D asking the Pet Shop Boys who influenced them. She's finding the weird, the odd, the unexplained. And now, so am I. I'm starting to wonder if I'm following in her footsteps, chasing the strange, looking for the weird, and then sending my messages out into the world. But if that's the case, then at some point, what happened to her might happen to me. And now that I've freaked myself out, I'm going to sign off. No X-Files for me tonight. Time to break out a comedy. The dumber, the better. This is Nora X. You've been listening to Write, Protect. Thoughts, theories, concerns? You can email me at writeprotectpodcast@gmail.com. Post a review up on iTunes, if you're so inclined.
Ox and Hare's Write Protect is written by Kyle Olson, performed by Amy Shaw, Karen Wegren, and Talian Mastin, produced by Ryan Fitzpatrick. Follow us on Twitter at Ox and Hare, check out our Facebook page, or come by our website, oxandhare.com, where we've got mysteries to unravel, the undead to console, and a time traveler. Just not all at once. Find new episodes of Write Protect on Ox and Hare's Monday Matinée. Come along.